learned a lot about God's promises, and we had some fun, we learned some songs, we learned some dancing, and I don't know if you know, but we've also had kind of a wash of sickness come through, so I really pray that your child does not get a stomach virus, but it is moving through. So I want to thank some people for really stepping up. Thank you, Sarah, for stepping up and doing a part that you didn't have at the beginning, and Emily, and Jonathan had to switch parts. Thank you for doing that at the last minute. And then I really want to thank Ethan because he stepped up today. So you will see he's holding a script. He got that part today. So thank you. The video, we're recording from back there. It will be online. It should be live now. And if it isn't, it's recording and we will post it live. After we're done, I think the preschool parents already have their children's crafts, but the older kids who are up here now, their crafts are in the room where they change their clothes, and they can keep their t-shirt, but just make sure you go back to that room and get their pile of crafts that they made. Also, they made all these beautiful flowers for our set. We've done a lot of hard work this week. I would like to invite anybody, if you have a church home or not, to join us this Sunday. We're going to be singing one of the songs from our musical. I know some of you probably have responsibilities somewhere else, but if you're free this Sunday morning, you can come at 10 and we'll practice, and then we have Connection Cafe where they'll have breakfast treats and things like that, and then we can perform and sing praise to God during the worship service. I totally understand if you can't make it, but we'd love to have you join us for that. And then last thing, if you don't have a church home, in the fall, we start working on our Christmas musical, which is sort of like this, but much more elaborate. So we would love to have more kids come and join us for that. Even if you have a church home, we practice on Wednesday nights, and we'll just do the performance one Sunday morning, so you wouldn't have to miss like a whole bunch of your own church. If your kid really likes participating in this, we'd love to have them join us. And that's all I had to say. But I think with that, we'll get started. You guys ready? Okay, stand up. Preschoolers, come sit on your tape. I need you to tell me about getting next up. Yes. I'll remember that.
In the beginning, God created it all, the strong and the mighty, the humble and small. But there once was a spider who was so undersized, he had to think big to see the world through God's eyes. He learned in God's kingdom, we all play a part, and our size doesn't matter, for God looks at our heart. So beg out to the garden. I'll show you the way. Our story begins there, on a beautiful day.
Wait.
Rise and shine, brothers and sisters. Pastor Mantis is saying, grab a hold of this day and rejoice in it. Then get up, get happy, and get going about God's word. Amen.
He made
Welcome to 54 Garden Row, home to the most enterprising group of creeping critters that ever crawled. The backyard bunch works tirelessly among Miss Potter's prize-winning flowers and tries not to stumble over the half-eaten candy left by Seymour, her 3-year-old grandson. You'll find more Snickers and Skittles in this garden than mulch. Every dawn, the sergeant of the Army Ants calls his recruits together and gives them their marching orders for the day.
Fill in troops!
What?
Yes, Drill Sergeant.
Yes, sir!
AM duty roster, Vid?
Yes, sir.
Carry on. Next!
Just carry on, but I can do more than that, sir.
May I remind you, Private Vid, that you are a spider. In fact, you're a spider mite, the smallest bug in the garden. There is only so much you can do. Dismissed! Next! Luna! Private Luna!
She only comes out at night, sir. She's a nocturnal moth, remember?
It's hard to remember when she's never here. Next! Sparks!
Present reporting for duty and all fired up!
There's not much use for a firefly in the middle of the day.
I never get to take part in anything.
Calm down, Sparks, or you'll blow a fuse. Next! Bull!
Can I take an early lunch? I'm hungry. I declare, don't you stink bugs think about anything else by eating? No, Miss Dottie. What else is there to think about? A well-bred ladybug is only concerned about 2 things. Where to put the dessert fork and keeping her white gloves clean. Which I must say, it's difficult in this place. Ew, bugs everywhere. But you're a bug, Miss Dottie. Please, I am not a bug. I'm an insect from the Upper East Side of Trellis.
Snap to troops! Private Bulch, hit the trenches. And Pilot Dot, patrol the airspace. Enemy forces are on the march.
It was true. The house at 54 Garden Row had recently been sold, and they sensed that trouble might be on the way. And just then, trouble showed up. It was Miss Judith North, the top-selling real estate agent of Samuel Properties. She had closed the sale last week, but still had some unfinished business.
This is Judith North, Samuel Properties. With whom am I speaking? Oh, yes, Mr. Teen, Mr. Phyllis Teen, of Pescamore Exterminators. Thank you for returning my call. I need to book your services as soon as possible at 54 Garden Road. The new owners have requested a full property extermination.
But they hadn't heard the worst of it yet.
It's a huge job, and I want only the finest equipment. What's that? You say you have the biggest, baddest, most extreme extermination machine available? You don't mean the Goliath DX-1000? Perfect. Please plan to begin early tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. The gate will be open. Oh, and Mr. Teen, no mercy. Watch the air.
And so the countdown began.
What are we going to do? We have less than 24 hours to live. Wait, I know this Goliath machine is really scary, but I have a really big plan.
You're too little to have a big plan. What we need to depend on right now is armor and weapons.
No, what we need to depend on right now is God. Everybody correct. Lord, you brought us through worse times than this before, and we're counting on you to do it again. Amen.
Amen! Are you sure God heard us? We're pretty small.
God hears everyone's calls on him. God helps those who call upon his name. The great I am is worthy to be praised. Remember that he loves us and that his